Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome to our sacred space. Thank you so much for coming on to this YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Nuna. I am the seer, the witch, the poet, the writer, and the keeper of the Saiyonan archives and the founder and creator of the Saiyonan Etherium. If you are new to this space, I merge the arts of poetry and magic. Right now, I'm in the process of getting ready to do a reading for those who need it, of course. And just real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to the beautiful soul that I just worked with. Thank you so much for trusting me and coming into this space. I'm just really honored to have you here. And I'm so excited that you gave me a chance to work with me. And it really makes me proud and excited to know that there's someone out there who trusts me to work with them. Thank you so much for giving me that space and that time to share with you my magic and my gifts and my talents. I'm going to go ahead and get into this reading. I don't know what it's going to be about. I actually just did a poem that I gave to TikTok and Instagram. Unfortunately, Instagram is not going to share that because it's over 3 minutes. And TikTok, of course, was generous enough to receive that. And I also gave it to Substack. If you're confused as to what I'm talking about, not only do I do tarot readings and astrology readings and give divine insight and help you divine information and things like that to help you along your journey, I also take bits and pieces of that information that I pick up from readings and whatnot, or other inspirations via just kind of living life and things like that, and I implement them into poetry. And some of those pieces come out in spoken word poetry, and other pieces come out in just pieces that you just write or that I leave on paper or on page. So you are more than welcome to allow whatever messages that comes through to be implemented in your own readings or into your own writing pieces. If you want more about the writings and whatnot, make sure that you are subscribed to me on Substack. Make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel because we do go into several things. And also, yes, you're going to be seeing a lot more of my face. I am really shy when it comes to showing my face on camera because I'm just not. You would think that out of all the years that I've been doing YouTube that I wouldn't be shy, but when it comes to showing my face, I sometimes do get a little I really do enjoy being behind the scenes, but that's something that I'm healing through in my own life. Anyway, that's not important to you. I'm going to go ahead and continue to move forward with the reading. So essentially what I'm seeing immediately is the fact that you do have the compass card here, and the compass card does connect to energy that is about, of course, guidance. This energy is about following this. It's basically navigation. But in this way, what I'm kind of feeling is that it's something where I just heard soul navigation. It's the navigation of the soul. And I'm immediately hearing the word dream walker. And I'm hearing something about someone connecting very strongly and deeply to their dreams. I'm hearing that there's messages that you may be receiving from your dreams that are going to help you navigate whatever it is that you have going on. I don't know why I'm picking up on that, but I'm just going to let it be what it is without forcing it. Okay. I work very strongly and very closely with my intuition, with my own guides, with my own ancestors, and with my own spiritual team. And so much of my work is very intuitive. So I don't just go based off of just the actual meaning of the cards. I allow my intuition to become aroused, and I allow her to work her magic in the way that she's going to work her magic. And I act as the interpreter to give those messages. And sometimes they do completely defy what you will see on the altar. So with this card again, yes, with this compass card again, it's pointing me into the direction of direction, and it's direction that is undeniable. It's direction that cannot be altered. It's almost like I just heard like a faded, like a seal, and I'm seeing stars. This definitely is bringing me to cosmic travel for some reason. On a microscopic level of your own life, I'm hearing to connect you to astrology, and I'm hearing that it's definitely something. Oh my goodness. Exactly. I saw the star. I saw stars. Exactly. So we're definitely on the right page. And you saw me shuffling, like you saw that. And already the messages are coming through. So I did get a glimpse of stars. And this was actually the star that I saw. I'm not surprised to see that here, because if you're here on this channel, you know that whenever we do readings, it happens like that quite often. It's so often here. But anyway, this is definitely soul navigation, and paired with the compass, I just see you finding home. Like I feel like someone is finding home, and they're finding home after having to kind of show a part of themselves that benefited them for the sake of survival. I'm almost kind of seeing someone's mask coming off. And the reason why is because they are learning and they're understanding that in order for them to be at home, to return home to themselves, to return to their origin, it actually has to, it comes with a price. It comes with the cost. And the cost is that you can no longer pretend to be who you are not. And you can no longer allow yourself to keep up this mask. People are not going to take to you if they know for a fact that you are not being true, that you're not being authentic, because people are very intuitive. They may not be, intuitive in the way, or their intuition may not be expressed in the way that we do, right, via readings and things of that nature, but it doesn't mean that they don't know. But at the same time, it's not about you doing something or being authentic for the sake of other people. It's about you doing this for yourself. And somehow you pretending and you constantly having to mask how you feel, it's giving me the vibration of somebody that says, well, I have autism, right? I don't call people autistic. I say that people experience autism, or that they have autism, because I don't like to identify people as their condition, right? I don't see it as a condition. I just see it as you see things in a way that other people don't. And as many masks and faces that people wear, you see through that. And what I'm hearing is that you are also someone that kind of puts up this mask to kind of pretend to be around people, but it feels so alienating. It's like you feel more alone around others than you do by yourself. And what I'm hearing is that the mask has to come off. You have to start expressing yourself. And I know that it sounds like, well, I don't know how to do that because people are people. And if I really express myself, people would not take to me because they don't know how to handle the truth. That's how you know that they are not your people. And that's how you know that that is not home for you. What I'm also hearing is that someone here is so used to just having to mask how they feel for the sake of other people that it's kind of driving them. It's just driving them, it's driving them up the wall. Or I'm hearing that it makes me feel insane because who am I outside of this? And then we call these things disorders and all of these things, which I'm not telling anyone, I'm not going to try to sit here and define your experience. What I am saying is that imagine if we held space for people, if we created a space for people to truly express themselves without judgment, so that we can understand them more. Because when we understand them, it gives us a deeper understanding of the universe, of God, of the omnipotence of God, of all of these different perspectives. Because what if what this person is saying is actually helping us to be led to ourselves? I feel that there really is a desire to share yourself, a desire for you to get out there, a desire for you to really share your gifts and your talents, but you're afraid of how people are going to be receptive, or how people are going to receive it. What I'm also hearing is that it's one of these things where you're not trying to control the situation. It's more so where you're trying your best to just be open and welcome in your tribe. But with that, I just heard the word backlash. Someone here is afraid of receiving backlash for their beliefs, for how they feel, for how they want to show up. And I feel like Spirit is letting you know that it's only a matter of time before you actually before you are faced with actually coming forth. Whoa. It's only a matter of time. You have the time card. This is letting me know that this is a message for someone that it's just so strong. And the confirmation that we're hearing, I don't know if I'm just hella psychic or if this is just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation because of what you need to hear right now. Like I can't tell the difference, because every time I see a card in my head and whenever I say something now, it's like it just keeps coming out. This is letting me know right now that you're going to start seeing synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity. And the reason for that is because these footsteps, I'm seeing footsteps on a beach. I'm seeing footsteps in the sand. It's like these footsteps, I'm hearing the divine tell you, follow my footsteps. Follow my footsteps. And I'm seeing footsteps leading directly into the ocean, which is interesting because I feel like with this ocean, there's this desire, right? There's this desire for you to know more about yourself, for you to know more about your roots, for you to know more about who you are. But the best way for you to do that is to let the mask off, to take the mask off. It's so funny because it's bringing me to a movie called The Mask. And it's so interesting how, like, when this mask comes on, it's like this alternate persona that comes on, but somehow it benefits other people. But this, I'm seeing, it's so interesting because I just got a vision of the mask being thrown into the ocean or into the water. There is a scene, I believe, you may have seen my baby come in. My kids are definitely awake, obviously. And if you don't know, I do have children. I have 4. And I don't like them to be glued to a screen. I let them kind of do what they're going to do while doing my best to keep it quiet. So you may see them in the background. But anyway, moving on to the messages, it really is giving me, I have a really strong desire to allow myself to be led home. Someone is definitely returning home. And I'm seeing that you have the fish here along with the fish here along with the tower. This is bringing me to energy that feels like there's a lot, and I mean a lot. I just heard of indoctrination. This tower card here is coming up to me as something that's rooted, cemented, and it's like, it's coming up as a place of like rules. Like there's so many rules. There's so many there's so many buildings. There's so many things. This is bringing me to the energy of, I feel so overstimulated with the amount of things, with the amount of buildings, with the amount of signs, with the amount of lights, with the amount of noises. Like there's way too many things that I feel overstimulated by because there's so much of it. This is bringing me to overstimulation. I don't know why this is bringing me to overstimulation. What I'm also hearing is that I just heard wish upon a star. I just heard wish upon a star. It's kind of like where you find yourself in this room, or you find yourself in this space where I just heard cooped up. I just heard the words a Cinderella story. It's like one of these things where spirit is saying that, yes, no one is going to come and save you. However, if you were to follow your soul's calling, if you were to follow this, someone will show up to give you whatever this glass slipper is, right? Someone will come to give you a helping hand, and there will be a lot of it. Does that make sense? That's what I'm feeling. Spirit, is there anything else that you want to share with us via the Lenormand? Okay. Spirit says yes. Ship. You have the ship here. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of traveling to different places for you. There definitely is going to be, as a result of you following your purpose, you are definitely going to be doing a lot of traveling. It's giving me going on tour, and this building is coming up as like it's like I'm hearing like a stage. It's like you're performing on stage or something like that, or that you're going to start going to these different places. I'm hearing that you're going to start becoming like a lot more booked, or you're going to start, it's bringing me to work and purpose and career. It's where you start to kind of travel more, the more that you follow your soul's purpose. And I feel like you're moving. The spirit is saying, yes, I just heard that you're moving. What I also feel is that this is one of those things where if you want to have these opportunities for yourself, you're going to have to take the mask off, because how can they really give you what you need if you're pretending that you don't need it? If you're pretending that this is who you are for the sake of being understood or keeping the peace. And it's so unfortunate, because I feel like for you more than likely were in a space where you had to keep those desires masked because of how people made you feel, or because of them showing who they really were. So as a result of you protecting yourself, you had to kind of put this mask up. I don't know why I keep wanting to be drawn to this mask. It's this mask, and spirit is really asking you to take the mask off. They're saying, please take the mask off. We know what the truth is. We know what the truth is. But when are you going to start sharing and speaking the truth? Because I just heard that your truth is going to take you places. You just have to be willing to trust that it will. You have to be willing to trust that it will. Exactly. You have the 3 of Cups here coming up in reverse. The people that you had around you that you feel were not really accepting of said truth or accepting of you, I'm hearing that they are removed, that they are being removed. If you feel, I just heard a removal. The removal act, it's like a removal act. I don't know why I'm hearing like a removal act, but it's like the removal act of your life. And I just heard, let this be set in stone. Let this be set in stone. Mountains may be very significant to you at the moment, but I'm hearing let this be set in stone. You have the mask again that's coming out, of course, and then you also have the wishing well. I don't feel like this is the card here, but you have the wishing well. The beautiful thing about wishing wells is that they are places that you go, magical places that you go in order to tap into the darkness within yourself. to tap into and receive divine insight as it pertains to your wishes, why you want them, what do they mean to you. It's like this Nine of Cups energy when you sit down and you ask yourself, what do I want and why do I want it? And is this something that is truly resonant with me, right? If I were to peer into this timeline of information, because I'm seeing a timeline, and you peer into this timeline, what is it, or what aspect of this timeline of this in this quantum field do you resonate most with in this life? Because truly you can pull from anything, right? Because that's the power of the magician. But a mystic is going to say, this is what, and what is this why? It's giving me hermit energy. It's like, okay, I see this timeline, I see this playing out, right? Hermit with the Three of Wands. It's like, I see this playing out, but what is really for me? Like, what do I truly want to experience that's most resonant with me based upon what my higher self is giving me or leading me to? This is definitely one of those things where you are being called to surrender to whatever this is. And the reason is because we are being shown that we don't have as much control as we think we do. And I feel that sometimes we miss out on so much beauty in life because we're always trying to plan and to control things. How can you really experience the wonders of the universe constantly trying to calculate? And I just heard that this is something that you can write on, that you can write about. Wow, you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups out here. Like, what? And I just heard that they're coming to grant your wishes. This is so beautiful. This energy is so beautiful. These are coming up as guides. Like, you have masculine and feminine guides who want to help you, and they see that there's something that you hold so emotionally, but so deeply. And the King of Cups is like, I'm here to help you root and ground in your feelings. Right? Because I understand that you feel this very deeply. This is the deep waters. This is Neptune when he's grounded, right? Funny enough, we're talking about water, and it's bringing up this grounding energy of the waters. It's like you're safe in the depths of this. Let's not drown in the shallow end here. Let's go deeper within this. And then this this Queen of Cups is saying, my dear, my sweet, my love, I'm here to help you and to show you the beauty and the coral reefs that we have here that's available to you. I'm also here to let you know that this ocean, the weight that you feel of these waters, it's so beautiful if you allow yourself to surrender. And she shows you and she teaches you that you are someone who is so emotionally intuitive and so emotionally intelligent, that's exactly the part of you that is wanting to show itself. And she sees you and she sees the mask, and she's like, you don't have to be this way with yourself and with others. You're just emotionally intelligent. Let yourself be emotionally intelligent, because you draw so much power from your emotions, and you don't have to be spiteful. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be hasty. Also, with this, they're saying that they want you to forgive something or someone for how they made you feel back when you were younger. You still have forgiveness that you need to go through. And it almost makes me want to cry for you, because Nuna, knows how you feel. I know how you feel. It's hard. Forgiveness is not easy, but they're saying that the people that were around you, that were in your life, they didn't know any better. They're saying to you that the people that you feel the need to put a mask on in front of, they don't know themselves. They were afraid of you. They were mad. There was something within you that they did not like, because it was a part of themselves that they could not face. And so let them fall away. Because if you continue to be in this energy, you're going to be moving yourself away from, or pulling yourself away from your purpose, being so drawn into the current of other people's feelings and emotions. Spirit is not wanting you to be around these people anymore, because they don't understand you, and you don't have to wear the mask. Take the mask off. That is your message right now. I'm not even going to pull any more cards. Actually, I'm going to pull from this space here. Time for a beginner mind. And what else, Spirit? Is there anything else? These two. I just heard congratulations. Believe in yourself. That's so beautiful. This reading is so beautiful. You have Porcupine Spirit, time for a beginner mind, and believe in yourself, the Squirrel Spirit. And you also have Cow Spirit, the miracles are endless. I want to draw my attention here to the Porcupine Spirit, because this is coming up as someone used to having to defend themselves and keep these quills up, but the quills on this porcupine are down. It's like, I want you to understand that you don't have to be in defense mode all the time. Put the quills down, right? Set the quills down. You will know when you need to put the quills up because your body will respond. But at the same time, what they're saying is that I just heard you're moving past this actually. Time for a beginner mind. You're learning how to put the quills down. You're learning how to unmask yourself. You're learning how to be out of your defense mode. You're learning how to allow yourself to be a little bit more open and a little bit more vulnerable. And you will be surprised as to how well people respond to you. That is so specific. And then of course you have here squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. I call these little Virgos with a plan. And it's so beautiful because I feel like the squirrel is all about preparation. And I'm seeing this as, it's so interesting because I'm seeing this as a squirrel kind of pushing away that oak, right? It's pushing up the oak. That's interesting. It's pushing away this acorn here. That's the way that I'm seeing it. It's like, okay, I know that I have enough. I have these two here. I have enough already. I don't need anything else. You have everything you need already, and you're already prepared. You are already prepared. There's nothing else for you to prepare for. Just do the work. Just do the work that you're already doing is what Spirit is saying. And you can prepare along the way. You'll know when it's time for you to be 10 steps ahead. The fact that you're intuitive, you're already 10 steps ahead, right? I just heard, don't prepare out of anxiety. Just prepare when you know that you need preparing. Of course, you also have here cow spirit. The miracles are endless. This is Spirit's final reminder that you are in a space where you are safe to receive all the endless miracles, right? But this isn't even just miracles. These are really just things that you didn't know had the potential to manifest, and now they are manifesting. They are going to manifest. You may not have been able to logically perceive it, but now, because you're open to your intuition, now that the mask is off, right? Because the mask was kind of blurring your vision. Now that the mask is off, you can see just how much love and abundance that this universe has for you. And also keep in mind the word abundance. It could be an abundance of anything. So make sure that you radiate the highest frequency that you possibly can. And if you find yourself realistically at a lower vibration, call out to your guides and tell them what you need to help yourself heal. Even if it's just space and time to yourself to just feel your feelings, that in itself is an act of a miracle. That is an act of love, and Spirit invites you to do that. Okay. I have nothing else left. I have nothing else left to give. I have nothing else left to say. That was a transmission. That is exactly what Spirit is wanting you to do. Take the mask off. If I were going to work with anything from the Etherium thing, it'll be the divine nourishment. And I also feel like I'm going to create something just for this moment. Like, I feel like I want to create something just for this moment. I'm going to allow Spirit to guide me, but it will definitely be protection, the spiritual protection. I would work with divine nourishment. Oh, I would also work with the part of fortune oil, actually. Part of fortune. And I feel like I'm going to create a north node oil. But that is very specific depending on your birth chart. So I'm actually going to be creating that either tonight. If not tonight, I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. I do have a meeting tomorrow though, because I'm looking up to make sure that I get the things that I need to get done for the Etherium and for the writing and things like that, because I am a writer, if I haven't told you that yet. But I definitely will be making sure to add those things to the website. That way you can reserve, that way you can do work your magic and whatnot. And if you need any insight on how to work with the oils and whatnot, let me know, and all the other essentials, let me know down in the comment section, as I'll create videos along the way as I need to. I'm assuming that you already know how to work your magic. If you don't, let me know down in the comment section, and I will teach you my method on how I manifest and how I do things. I want to give a quick introduction for those of you that don't know anything about the Etherium. The Etherium is essentially a space where I handcraft spiritual essentials for you to work your magic. These essentials are there for you to not only transcend beyond your pain and your suffering, not only heal, but to also expand your consciousness. These essentials are things that I handcraft alongside with my guides and whatnot, with their guidance. And I also handcraft them under the lunar phases as well as under the planetary alignments. These things are definitely catered to your energy. They are catered to our Saiyonan collective. And I will also do things behind the scenes for our Saiyonan circle. The Saiyonan circle is essentially a sanctuary for our private Saiyonan members, which is also our coven, to receive readings and messages that I do not give to the general public. That is a space where we do divine in private, and I'm also working on an in-person space. I also want to let you know too that I am working on preparing a stage. I really don't know what that's going to look like, but I really do want to start getting into performing my poetry. You can find me on Substack. You can also find some things that are on Instagram and also on TikTok that I'll be uploading a lot more when it comes to my poetry. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing and sending this video to a friend or a family member who you think could benefit from it. Let's go ahead and push this YouTube channel into the algorithm so that YouTube knows that we are here for the long haul. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video.